Okay, reaching up for high notes is a common problem that people experience when singing. So your Adam's apple or larynx, which is in the front of your neck, your vocal cords are housed inside of it. You can feel it because it's got a little V-notch in it. It's sort of centered in your neck, and when you swallow, it goes up and down. So here's what I commonly see people do when they're reaching up for a high note. Here we go. Okay. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You get the idea, okay? By keeping the Adam's apple down or more neutral, it feels so much better. So let me just fix what I just did, because that didn't feel good. Okay. Okay, check out the difference. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. Huge difference, and it feels like night and day. So if you've ever felt that reaching, lifting feeling, then you know that you're experiencing Adam's apple lift.
Okay, so the dopey sound. Remember, we don't want the Adam's apple to really jump up high for high notes, and we also don't want it to really push down for low notes. It's okay if it moves a little bit, it will, and it will often lift a little for certain types of sounds like nay. But we want to kind of teach the Adam's apple how to stay low on higher notes. So we're going to put a slight imposition on the Adam's apple. We're going to think a little bit dopey, or for lack of a better word, dumb. Kind of like Patrick from SpongeBob, or Yogi Bear, it's Yogi Bear. Or Rocky, yo Adrian, duh, duh. So you can go duh, so repeat after me, duh, duh. And if you put your hand on your Adam's apple, you may even feel it's just a little low. Duh, duh. Or if that doesn't work, you can try woof, woof, woof. And it should sound very full, and it will sound very thick and maybe a bit foggy, like there's lots of air in there or something. So on a scale, it should sound like this. We'll try the first, okay? So just think of making it sound really dopey or dumb or silly, okay? So da 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 da. Again, with me. Da 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 da. Now notice I didn't go da 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 da. So I kept it dopey even on the high note. Da 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 da. So if it doesn't sound thick and silly like that, it's not going to work right. You have to really go overboard until you get used to it. Then we back it off later on. If the duh doesn't work for you, you might prefer the woofy. So woofy would be let your jaw be loose. Really focus on your W. Woof, 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 woof. Again, wrong would be woof, 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 woof. See it lifted on me? Woof, 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 woof. And you can see the tension in my face. So keep it silly. You might even want to think side to side. Woof, 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 woof. Thick. This actually helps your sound get fuller. Because the Adam's apple's lower, it creates more space in your throat, so it gets a fuller, thicker sound, which is what you want if you want to have a really deep, resonant voice, so that it adds some of that fullness to your voice. All right? Additional tips for dopey: don't overdo the dopiness. Woof, 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 it's too much. Da, da, it's way too much. It should feel kind of like easy. Da, 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 da. If you don't have to think about it too much, it's probably right. Make sure you're doing it enough though, because this is not the dopey sound. Da, 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 da. It's got to be da, da, da. You'll even feel a feeling of maybe a narrowing in the face and a lowering of the Adam's apple. Da, 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 da. You have to practice it to get used to it, because the muscles might not remember how to do it at first. I find that this is the hardest thing to get people used to at first, because they're just not used to it. Other tips for dopey: some people like to think of smelling a rock. Just keeps the Adam's apple low without overdoing it. Make sure you're not pushing your Adam's apple down with those muscles under your chin. Don't overdo it. Just think kind of silly, like Yogi Bear. It's Yogi Bear. It's easy, right? So you can do that on that scale. You can also do it on a round scale. Maybe on a mum. So instead of ma 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 mum, we're gonna go mum 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 mum. Notice a narrowing in my face. Mum. My lips are almost a bit kissy. So I'm gonna think side to side so it's easy. Mum 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 mum. Whoops, which scale am I doing? Mum 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 mum. I'm gonna do that again. Mum 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 mum. Notice I didn't go mum 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 mum. The right way again. Mum mum mum